Soundtrack of Controversy: The Folk Implosion's Defining Role in Kids. In the mid 1990s, a controversial film about wayward teenagers not only shocked audiences, but also introduced them to a hauntingly unique soundtrack. At the heart of this sonic journey was the Folk Implosion, a band whose eclectic sound would leave an indelible mark on the world of independent music and film. The Folk Implosion's musical contribution to kids, an exploration of cultural impact. Introduction. The early 1990s marked a pivotal period in the career of Lou Barlow, a musician known for his introspective lyrics in the band Sebadoh. Barlow's evocative compositions delved into the deepest recesses of his inner world, forging a unique connection between the artist and his audience. Among his admirers was a teenage Harmony Korine, who would go on to send Barlow the full-length script for his audacious film, Kids. Directed by renowned photographer Larry Clark, Kids would go on to make waves upon its release in 1995, stirring controversy for its vivid and arguably exploitative portrayal of New York City teenagers entangled in the throes of drugs and promiscuity. This cinematic milestone not only propelled Korine's directorial career, but also launched the trajectories of actresses Chloe Sevigny and Rosario Dawson. Furthermore, Kids introduced audiences to a diverse array of musicians, including the enigmatic Daniel Johnston, the boundary-pushing Slint, and the Folk Implosion, an eclectic collaboration between Lou Barlow and John Davis, who contributed significantly to the film's evocative soundtrack. The Folk Implosion, an eclectic musical ensemble. The Folk Implosion, comprising the talented duo of Lou Barlow and John Davis, emerged as a distinctive force in the American independent music scene of the 1990s. Their sound, characterized by a fusion of folk, rock, and experimental elements, resonated with audiences seeking music that defied conventional categorization. Barlow's emotive songwriting, which had already garnered a devoted following through his work with Sebadoh, found a new dimension in the collaborative venture of the Folk Implosion. Davis's contributions provided a complementary counterpoint, creating a dynamic synergy that would prove pivotal in their collaboration on the Kids soundtrack. The Kids soundtrack, a sonic tapestry of diversity. Released alongside the film, the Kids soundtrack was a revelation for many, introducing listeners to a kaleidoscope of artists who operated at the fringes of contemporary music. Among these innovators were the enigmatic Daniel Johnston, whose raw, unfiltered expressions of mental health struggles resonated deeply with audiences. Slint, a post-rock ensemble known for their experimental soundscapes and unconventional song structures, brought a brooding intensity to the soundtrack. However, it was the Folk Implosion that provided a unique sonic signature, infusing the soundtrack with a melodic sensibility that balanced the gritty realism of the film with moments of introspection and vulnerability. The synergy between film and music. The collaboration between Harmony Korine, Larry Clark, and the Folk Implosion exemplified the powerful synergy between visual storytelling and musical composition. Barlow's lyrical prowess, which had already established him as a compelling voice in the alternative music scene, found a new platform in the context of Kids. His ability to evoke a sense of intimacy and shared vulnerability with his audience was magnified by the film's visceral portrayal of adolescent struggles. The haunting melodies crafted by the Folk Implosion resonated with the emotional landscape of the characters, providing a poignant backdrop to their tumultuous journey. Cultural impact and legacy. Kids left an indelible mark on the cultural landscape, sparking discussions about youth, sexuality, and urban life. The soundtrack, a vital component of this cultural phenomenon, elevated the film's emotional resonance, offering a sonic narrative that echoed the complexities of the characters' lives. For the Folk Implosion, their involvement in this project cemented their status as innovators, expanding their reach beyond the confines of the independent music scene. Conclusion. The Folk Implosion's contribution to the Kids soundtrack stands as a testament to the transformative power of music in the realm of cinema. Lou Barlow's introspective lyricism and John Davis's musical finesse created a unique sonic tapestry that enriched the film's narrative, amplifying its emotional impact. Together, they forged a connection between sound and image, leaving an enduring legacy in both the realms of music and film. The Kids soundtrack remains a poignant reminder of the potential for artistic collaboration to transcend boundaries and resonate with audiences on a profound level. This is merely a sample of material for learning English. Thank you for watching. Summary. The 1995 film Kids, directed by Larry Clark and written by Harmony Korine, became a cultural touchstone for its unflinching portrayal of New York City teenagers caught in a web of drugs and sex. Central to its impact was the evocative soundtrack featuring the Folk Implosion, an eclectic band formed by Lou Barlow and John Davis. Known for their fusion of folk, rock, and experimental sounds, the Folk Implosion's music added a profound emotional layer to the film. This collaboration not only amplified the movie's narrative depth, but also highlighted the transformative power of music in cinema, cementing the band's legacy in both the independent music and film industries.
This is a VTP channel. You can find us at youtube.com/VTP.
Here are 20 keywords along with their definitions. 1. Folk Implosion, an eclectic band formed by Lou Barlow and John Davis, known for their unique blend of folk, rock, and experimental music. 2. Lou Barlow, a musician and songwriter known for his work with Sabato and the Folk Implosion, notable for his introspective lyrics. 3. John Davis, co-founder of the Folk Implosion, contributing to the band's distinct sound alongside Lou Barlow. 4. Sabato, another band featuring Lou Barlow, recognized for its raw and emotional alternative rock music. 5. Harmony Korine, the writer of Kids, who later became a notable film director, known for his unconventional storytelling. 6. Larry Clark, the director of Kids, known for his provocative and realistic portrayal of youth culture. 7. Kids, film, a 1995 controversial film about New York City teenagers dealing with drugs and sex, directed by Larry Clark and written by Harmony Korine. 8. Soundtrack, the collection of music used in a film, which in this case includes contributions from the Folk Implosion. 9. Daniel Johnston, an outsider singer-songwriter featured on the Kids soundtrack, known for his raw and emotional music. 10. Slint, a post-rock band known for their experimental sound, also featured on the Kids soundtrack. 11. Post-rock, a genre of music characterized by the use of rock instrumentation for non-traditional rock purposes, focusing on texture and atmosphere. 12. Independent music, music produced independently from commercial record labels or their subsidiaries, often characterized by a unique or experimental sound. 13. New York City teenagers, the central characters in Kids, whose lives are depicted in the film as being affected by drugs and sex. 14. 1990s, the decade during which the events described took place, marking a period of significant cultural and musical shifts. 15. Cultural flashpoint, a moment or event that triggers significant cultural reaction or change, which Kids became upon its release. 16. Eclectic, deriving ideas, style, or taste from a broad and diverse range of sources, describing the Folk Implosion's musical style. 17. Experimental music, a genre of music that pushes the boundaries of standard musical practices, often incorporating unconventional sounds and structures. 18. Exploitative, critically describing Kids for its controversial and possibly manipulative portrayal of teenage life. 19. Narrative depth, the complexity and richness of the story being told, enhanced by the Folk Implosion's soundtrack in Kids. 20. Emotional landscape, the range of emotions depicted in the film Kids, mirrored and amplified by the soundtrack's music.
Thank you for watching. This is a VTP channel. You can find us at youtube.com/VTP.